So I built the Vox AC30 standalone Ableton plugins, same as the other 9 amps in this series. We'll go through the macros, the usual thing that I want to do, looking at the input to start with. So we have a high and a normal channel. The normal is probably suited for hotter pickups or maybe even humbuckers. Okay, so that's that, and that moves you between the dial here. Will take you between the high channel and take you to the normal channel. Come back to the high for the moment. Looking at drive, and drive controls preamp saturation. So it's going to add harmonic richness and overdrive as you turn it up. And if you want, it's pretty obvious if you want a cleaner sound. You'll have the drive down. Of course, you can boost it by just bringing in your, by boosting it, you're going to bring in your overdrive as you turn it up. So we'll go over something like that. Bass, standard operation on the drive. Bass, doing what it says, typically of the AC30. So, you know, cut it to tighten the low end and reduce boom. The usual things. We'll just go through these with no bass. Gonna bring back the drive for the time being. Boost the bass. Take it away, bring in the mids, take away the top, the treble. Typically on the middle. Very flat, boost it up. Bring in the treble now. Take away the mids actually. Treble. And it's doing exactly what it should do. We all know we know what an AC30 is for. It's famous for its jangle and all that kind of thing. So you obviously want treble in there. Put them to a level that I might want them. Obviously I've got some of these in presets, but we'll just go with this for now. It's doing its job. Now, the top cut will attenuate the high frequencies to smooth out the sound. And you can see it's, we bring it, its range is from 6 dB to -6. And it's going to be subtle. That's boosted. Now we're going to cut it right back. As I said, it's very subtle. Timbre is, it's going to sweep the treble frequency. Lower settings produce a darker, warmer chime. So let's firstly. And that's typical of an AC30, and that's doing its job as well, which I kind of like. Tremolo is an on-off situation. It's not a switch. It's got to be a dial because of the way that we're working with these macros. It's off at the moment. And then I can put it on. And we're in an on position. Let's bring the depth up. And doing what it should do. We can change the rate from 4 Hertz. I think it goes to 4 to 12. And that's going to be, again, within the specs of what the original AC30 was. Looking good. So in this one, I don't always do this in these amps, but I have done here. We can choose between a dynamic and a condenser mic, and that's really what that's doing. So at the moment we're on dynamic, and then move over to the condenser. Subtle differences, as indeed there would be. Reverb. Reverb is now on. Go for a really washed out kind of vibe. Grit and drive. It's just extra saturation for low output pickups for one, but also if you're not getting, I mean, when you lay into this amp, you should get some bite, even on the clean chords. And it's just a secondary way of getting a little bit of sort of bite there. And if your pickups are quiet, this is really going to help do the job. Just boost it up a little bit. And then add a little more. So I'm strumming that a little softer. Now I'm laying into it. You can see actually I went into the red then. Probably could have that input cut a little bit. Anyway, that's the grit drive, and the tuner works. There's two styles of tuners that I use in these 10 amps. This one is in this style. I'll take away the variations or the presets for the moment. Normally I like to work, and I personally like to work in this way, that the amp is only what you see. And so everything I'm going to do right, I'm just going to tweak the knobs. I'm using Ableton for this. Ableton or Push 2. Of course I'm using Ableton. I'm using Push 2. And I've got all the variations mapped to Push 2. But the other thing I can do on Push 2, obviously, is to control all these. I'm away from my Push 2 at the moment, which is in another part on the desk, and it's just a little inconvenient to get there, so I'm just using the mouse for now. But you don't have to have Push 2. If you've got it, it's great, particularly from a live situation. It's going to be really good. Let's come back to the tuner then. So what I'm going to do is just open it up like that. Turn on the tuner, and at the moment, you're not going to see the tuner move. Turn the tuner on, and defeat the signal. And there we go. Take the tuner off again, close it out, and we're back to the amp views that I want. And that's it. That's the AC30. This is one of 10 other amps, and there's a download link. This is a paid-for pack, and I think for the 10 amps that I've built, it's around about $6 or $7. I better check that before I do the next video. And there's a freebie there as well. One of the amps I built, which is the acoustic G60T. It's a combo amp out of the late 70s. That's a free giveaway, and they're all available, be it the paid version or the free version. They're available from Gumroad, and the link is below. I'm out of here. Thanks, and see you in the next update for the next amp.